Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Like always, I thank you guys for your support. If you would take a moment to share this broadcast across your circle of influence, I would greatly appreciate that. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I'm the founder of AALAC, the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where I truly believe in bringing awareness to brown authors all over this world. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where my desire is to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community and to bridge the gap between authors all over this world. So if you would please share this broadcast with your circle of influence. Today, I have an amazing guest. She's going to be sharing just a little bit about herself and her journey to becoming an author. Like always, I'm always honored to be able to share these amazing individuals with you guys. They are authors. They have their amazing platforms. And I'm going to bring my guest up and allow her to introduce herself and share just a little bit about who she is.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tracy Gray. I am an author. I currently have 4 books, and my 5th book will be coming out. It will be released on December the 20th.
And what's the name of your book?
The book that is out currently is called Keeping Busy. The one that is releasing on December the 20th will be called Rain Delay.
So keeping busy, what is that about?
Keeping busy, I have this thing that I like to do with my titles. I always include one of the characters' names in my titles. I'm a romance writer, so there's generally 2 main characters, a gentleman and a young lady, and I always like to include one of the characters' names in the title. So the story Keeping Busy is actually about a gentleman named Busy. He is an NFL player who has recently suffered a little tarnish to his otherwise pristine reputation. And his sports rep management team decides that he probably needs to do a little overhaul of his image with social media and things being the way that they are. So they kind of enlist the help of a young lady that he grew up with. But as they were growing up, he was always a little shady towards her. He was always a little too busy to really be bothered with her. So she's recruited to help him out, to kind of help him give his image an overhaul by pretending to be his current interest and to show him as more of a gentleman and more of a laid-back person who would never be involved in the things that, are going around. But she is doing it under duress because she never really liked him because he was always a little bit shady towards her.
So my next question is going to be, is this true story or is it
This is not at all based on my real life. It may very well be based on someone else's life. As an author, sometimes you see recurring themes. Sometimes you see things and you see, people have written a book. Oh, they used to be high school sweethearts. Oh, they broke up. Oh, they get back together. And you think to yourself, I could probably write that book with a twist. Like I would come down a different street. I would do things a little differently. So this was a theme that I had seen in the past, people that are forced to pretend like they're a couple, what really happens, what are the dynamics? And I always thought to myself, I would like to tell that story with a little bit of flavor. So this was my opportunity to get these characters together and tell that story with a little bit of flavor. We're kind of forced to pretend like we like each other and we don't really even know each other. And what we do know of each other is a little sus, So how do we make that come together? So that is the story that I wanted to tell, and I had my opportunity to tell it.
Wow. So what this journey has been like as an author? What made you want to become an author?
Oh my gosh, this journey has been like a roller coaster ride. Ever since I was little, I just loved telling stories. I just loved to write. I would just make up plays about the kids on my block. And I'm from Chicago, so I grew up on a block filled with children. And I would make little plays up about who was doing this or who was saying that, even as a small child. And as I grew, I just liked it more and more. And I was always a very avid reader. So when I would read, I would always think to myself, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And finally, one day I just sat down and did it. And there was a particular publishing company at that time that had specifically said, send us your manuscript. If we do not accept you as an author, we will tell you what you need to fix. And I said, oh, that's who I need to talk to, because I didn't think it would be good enough, but I was hoping somebody would tell me, here's how you can fix it. But they accepted me. So I became an author with that publishing company, and they did my first book, which was called Thug's Passion. And I've been writing ever since, which that Thug's Passion came out in 2007. So I've been writing ever since.
And that's what, 13 years?
Yeah. But I actually, in between that, I did take a 6-year hiatus. I had my littlest one. And for a long time, I just didn't have space in my brain for characters and for ideas to come in there. And as he gets older, I feel that frees up space. And I have just been a maniac with writing since the pandemic. I have really written quite a bit during the pandemic.
So what has that been like for you? Because I know it has been rough for a lot of people, and the adjustment that we've had to make.
So I would think that probably for authors, and I feel like I noticed this, but I may just be making it up in my mind, because I as I said, I'm an avid reader. I'm always reading. I'm always on Amazon. I feel like readers are really thriving. Readers are thriving because authors are thriving. Authors are really thriving in this environment of kind of being forced to be at your computer, to kind of being forced to having all this downtime where we don't have to try to fit in what we love, what we're so passionate about. Actually, the time is being granted to us. And I think a lot of authors are taking advantage of that. That particular piece has really been instrumental in helping me really get my footing back, because like I said, after a 6-year hiatus, there's all kind of self-doubt and insecurity, and like, do I still have it? Can I go back to the same well? What was I writing in 2007? Is that even still, appropriate? Because I'm going to be honest, the book I wrote in 2007, I don't even know if those characters were using cell phones. Or if they did, not the way that we use them now for every single thing. So that in itself is just, the world has changed so quickly, and coming back and, trying to be like, hey, do I still have it? So having this time to really read a lot and pamper myself and nurture myself in that area of life has really been helpful. And I feel like other authors have taken advantage too. I think it has.
It has really given us the opportunity to really voice ourselves too on a lot of things that's taken place. Because where a lot of people have been silent, being an author has given a lot of people an opportunity to express how they feel. So I've seen a lot of new authors on the horizon, and they're coming with some amazing books, with some amazing, and waking up some people, things that things that, that's been existing, and we've turned a blind eye to it. So I'm grateful for all the that chose to believe in themselves during this time, because this time has given a lot of people an opportunity to do a lot of evaluation.
Yes, I agree.
It truly has. So I definitely, I want to thank you for coming on. Do you have your book?
I do have my book. This is my book. This is Keeping Busy. I'm like, I have a little glare. I'm sorry. But that is Keeping Busy. It's available on Amazon. I do write under the name Tracy Gray. That is my name, and I write under my own name. And you can find me on Amazon.
And are you on any other social media? Because we like for our viewers to follow. They like to follow people.
Well, then I like to be followed. Okay, so you can follow me on Facebook. I'm at author Tracy Gray. On Twitter, I am at always Tracy Gray. On Instagram, I am at Tracy Gray Presents. And my website is tracygraypresents.com.
And we'll get those posted up after this, if we can get them posted up in the comment section so individuals can see them.
Yes, I will be glad to do that.
So I definitely want to thank you for coming on
Well,
today.
thank you
I'm
for
not going
having me.
to take a lot of your time because I know that you have your son, and I want to thank you for coming on and sacrificing today and coming on. Again, is there anything inspirational that you would like to leave with the listeners before we leave today?
People always tell me, like, I feel like I have a story in me. I feel like I have a book in me. And I just want to say, like, if you feel like you have a book in you, or you feel like you have a story in you, or you have written something that is sitting on your computer that you have determined that is for your own eyes only because you don't feel confident enough, or you don't feel like anybody else will enjoy it, to just give yourself some mercy, give yourself some grace, and just, if you have written or you desire to write the story that speaks to you, that you need to tell, that's bubbling up in your spirit, go ahead and do that thing. Go ahead and do that thing. Wherever you think that somebody's not interested in, there is a lane for everybody. There is an opportunity for everybody. Nobody can write anything that nobody else would benefit from. So that's my advice. Write it, get it out there, get it out of your spirit, and somebody else will pick it up.
Amen. Amen. And I truly believe that everybody has a story in them.
I do too.
And they just need to get it out. So
I do too.
I thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today and sharing with us. I'm going to let you get out of here so you can get back to your son. Thank you. And you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Angela. It's been really wonderful. Thank you so much.
I think there was a delay. So I don't know if you heard me or not.
Oh, I did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you.
This technology is something else. But thank you so much for coming on
today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to add the information in your chat box. All right.
Thank you. I tell you, technology is something else. I want to thank Miss Tracy for coming on and sharing with us today. There may have been some background noise, but we have to understand that, with this pandemic and everything that is taking place, we have to learn how to improvise and we have to learn how to go with the flow. And her son, well, the internet acted up too, I see. It is still acting up, but it's okay.
That's okay. I'm just adding.
But I was getting ready to tell everyone that we were going to end the interview so you can get back to your son.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can.
But this is life.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I tell you, I got it. I see it. Thank you so much. I'm going to post it. And then we're going to go ahead and end this. I want to thank you for sacrificing and coming on today.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me.
I thank you so much. If there's anything I can help you with on this journey, please reach out to me.
Sure will. Thank you. All right.
So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. We are definitely having some technical issues, but like always, there is issues. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you would, please tune in We'll be back next week. But I will be live tonight. As a commissioner of Damon Looks. I'll be interviewing. I mean, Damon Speaks. I'll be interviewing one of my co-hosts tonight. So if you want to catch me live tonight, come back and catch me live with my co-host.